punch. He don't need equipment to punch. You know what I mean? He's not being taught how to punch. He was born as God gifted, compared to Schofield's punch. You know, all the strength work and stuff like that. No disrespect, but it's a different talk in Tank's punch.
So vice versa, is Tank a tune-up for Floyd?
I don't see it, but Floyd see it.
I see it. That's the thing. It all depends on when you're chasing your dreams. It all depends on what y'all dreaming, what the person dreaming. Everybody else not gonna believe it. It ain't for everybody else to believe. It's for you to believe it.
Boxing, you gotta understand the tricks, the mind games people play. It's like sitting in court. You gotta catch it. You gotta catch it. You know what I'm saying? Catch what that judge say. Or you.
Gervonta Davis's coach has now fired back at Floyd Schofield, and his message was clear. Schofield is not on Tank's level yet. It's
a good experience for him, you know?
For real. He will learn from wherever Tank teach him in that ring. He will carry that on throughout his boxing journey. And look at Canelo. What Canelo learned from Floyd, then he turned out to be good, you know, along the journey. So it is what it is. I'm excited for it. I hope Oscar and PBC can make it.
Schofield may be hungry, fast, and fearless, but Tank's team seems ready to remind him that elite power, timing, and experience are a different kind of problem.
I don't think they hyping their name up. I think they would go at Tank. But what did Tank say in the response?
That he would whoop him. That little tick that the little reaction tick that Farmer has is not going to affect that would. You wouldn't do nothing with me, with that type of deal. Yeah, he wasn't too happy about the performance.
Oh, well.
Due to the
Senior is not backing down from the Gervonta Davis conversation, and he is clearly trying to push the idea that his son has already done enough to deserve that fight. He is looking at Tank's resume, comparing it to what Floyd Jr. has been building, and making the case that people should stop acting like his son is some random challenger.
Fought nobody just like my son has it. My son fought Tevin Farmer, two-time champion, knocked him out in one round. That accomplished more, truthfully, fighter for fighter, than Tank.
From his side, Schofield is young, dangerous, confident, and already proving he can handle real opposition. That is why his comments sound so direct, because he wants the boxing world to see this as a serious mandatory fight, not just another name being thrown at Tank.
Come on now, this bull. Y'all can't see that bullshit, then it's on y'all. He hasn't fought nobody. I want to see as a fan him fight some.
Coach Kenny Ellis is looking at Tank Davis and Floyd Schofield Jr. in one area that always changes a fight: power. Floyd Jr. may be strong, fast, and confident, but Kenny sees Tank's punching ability as something different. From Team Tank's side, this is not just about who works harder in the gym or who talks with more belief. It is about natural danger. Tank has built his name on making fighters feel something they were not ready for. And Kenny believes Schofield may be seeing the same openings that other opponents thought they saw before the fight started. That is what makes his warning hit harder, because he is basically saying confidence is good, but Tank's power is a different reality once the bell rings.
You feel like with Tank it's just natural, and then with Floyd Schofield it's kind of been taught.
Yeah. Through training and stuff like that. But however you get it, you get it. But, Tank punch is different.
Schofield believes that Tank Davis is who at this moment in time. What do you feel like they see?
It's okay for him to think, but I don't know what he sees, and whatever you see, all it takes as opponents think,
Yeah.
That's just boxing.
Floyd Schofield Sr. is making it clear that they are not asking for an easy road. They are asking for the biggest challenge available. When he talks about fighting Gervonta Davis, he is not presenting it like a risky move that they are scared of. He is presenting it like the exact fight his son has been built for. Tank is the name, the star, and the champion everyone watches. But Schofield Sr. believes that is exactly why this opportunity matters. From his side, if you want to prove you belong at the top, you do not wait around for safer fights.
The best in our weight class. That don't make sense. Schofield not even a boxer at this point. Yes, he is. Schofield got 19 fights with a bunch of knockouts. He only been off a year. He been boxing since he was 8. And only been off a year at 23. Come on now. Don't fall out any more fights. I don't know. That need to learn how to spell before he start trying to criticize somebody.
This is where the talk around Tank Davis and Floyd Schofield Jr. starts turning into real fight energy. Tank's side is clearly not impressed by the confidence coming from Schofield's camp, but Floyd Jr.'s team is looking at it a different way. To them, Tank is still human, no matter how dangerous his power is or how big his name has become. That is why this back and forth feels so heated, because both sides are talking like they already know what will happen once they meet in the ring. Tank's team sees a young fighter talking too much, while Schofield's side sees a champion who can.
With Tank saying he will get his little ass whooped. I have none of those twitches that Tevin has. I'll beat the dog shit out of this.
He's a boxer. He's supposed to say that. Like Kid is saying the same thing. Like Tank is just.
Floyd Schofield Sr. is trying to flip the whole tune-up idea on its head. A lot of people may look at this fight like Tank Davis is using Floyd Jr. to shake off rust, but Schofield Sr. sees it as dangerous for both sides. Tank has been inactive. Floyd Jr. has also been out, and now both men are stepping straight into a fight with real pressure around it. For Schofield's team, that risk is exactly the point. They know Tank is the king of the division, but they also believe this is the kind of moment that can change Floyd Jr.'s life overnight. That is why Sr. is talking with so much confidence, because from his side, his son has
Tune up for Tank and a tune up for Floyd. I feel like, I don't know about that statement. You know what I mean? Why you feel that way?
I didn't say it. He said it. He said tune up.
Right.
That means a lot.
Yeah, both of them haven't been in the ring in a year. They both the tune up for both of them. No matter which way it's gonna go, they both been out of the ring over a year.
Damn, it's been a year for Schofield already?
Yeah, last June. It's about to be a year, and Tank is a year and a half. They both each other tune up, no matter how it looks. And my son, I've been saying he's the greatest of all time. When do we get a chance to prove it or go after it? This is a huge risk for my son. What happened if my son
You're
wins?
going against the king.
Right. What happened if he wins? What happened if God forbid he stopped Tank? How is his life the next day? So with this journey of life, you got one life. Have fun, risk, have fun, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You lose? Nobody expected you to win. So, it's a win-win for my son no matter what. Just getting in the ring is a win-win.
Shane Mosley makes the conversation even more interesting because he understands what happens when a young, hungry fighter gets a shot at a superstar. Tank is still the bigger name, the proven puncher, and the man everyone is chasing. But Shane seems to see real danger in this matchup if it happens next. Floyd Jr. is not coming in with fear. He is coming in with speed, belief, and the mindset that this could be the fight that changes everything. That is bad news for Tank only if he treats it like an easy night, because Schofield is young enough to take risks and confident enough to believe he can.
I think Schofield's been more active, and he's a younger, a little bit bigger, a little taller. I think he's gonna give Tank a lot of problems.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's gonna take some problems. I like Tank too, but Tank he's been all over the place. His mental's, I don't think it's all the way there. He got a lot of girl problems, this problem, that problem. Yeah, I have to lean with Schofield, but the Tank I like Tank. He fights with a heart and strong, and I like the way he fights, but on this one, I would probably lean to Schofield because he's a real fighter too.
So what? Is it just the size alone, the durability? I mean, what?
No. It's the mentality. It's not the size. The size, Tank don't care about size. Otherwise, if it Ryan, it's a mental.
Then AOI thinks that Tank is the star and the dangerous puncher, so most people will expect him to handle business. But Floyd Jr. is young, confident, and clearly believes he sees something he can take advantage of. That is what makes this matchup interesting.
I like Kid Austin for a reason, right? Not in the fight, I'm saying. I just like him as a fighter. because I pay attention to dedication and growth. I've been watching him and Abdullah Mason since before they really got off the ground, because I used to evaluate guys for Rick Ross when he was in the boxing space, not the rapper, the real one. And during that era, I know you remember that, I think, but in that era, I saw a lot of chinks in his armor when it came to the way he fought. Like I saw him get bodied by some guys in Texas a couple times, like in sparring. He was getting dropped, and I was just like, damn, he got to work on his game. That's what my assessment was. Like, he got to work on his game, his defense, his movement. So he's tough, but I thought he needed to work on his movement. And watching him now, since he's been with, I think he was Golden Boy, right? Yeah. And since he's been with them, though, I watch him online. I see him working on his game. He's dedicated.
It is not just about Tank being the favorite. It is about whether Schofield can turn that confidence into real pressure once he is standing in front of the most dangerous puncher in the division.
The issue I do have, even though he's tough, he's been in some fights where he had to have some grit. The issue I have is Tank left hand. I think Tank, if no matter how tough you are, you're not gonna just keep dealing with that left. You know what I'm saying? If Tank hits you with 2 or 3 of those clean, that's gonna be night-night. I don't care who you are. I think Roach is an anomaly. Roach did pretty good. He didn't get hit too clean too often, and he had a game plan. If Austin is a cerebral fighter, if he can become one or if he is one, and he can study that fight to try to gain an understanding for how Roach went about not just surviving but frustrating Tank, then he got a shot. But I think Tank, I got that fight Tank in 6 or 7 because of Austin's prowess. Like, his thing is he's tough, he's gritty, he's explosive. But all I see Gervonta late with these fighting guys, he waits you out. Wait for the steam to come out of you.
Max Kellerman's take on Gervonta Davis versus Floyd Schofield Jr. gives the matchup a bigger boxing conversation. Max usually looks past the noise and focuses on levels, timing, and what a fight really proves. Tank is the established star, the proven finisher, and the fighter everyone at lightweight is measured against. But Floyd Schofield Jr. is trying to force his way into that same conversation with confidence and pressure from his team. That is why Max's opinion matters here, because this fight is not just about whether Schofield believes he can win. It is about whether he is truly ready for the kind of speed, power, patience, and danger Tank brings when the lights are at their brightest.
Tank won't take them type of fights unless he needs to, because he fights for money. Now, one thing is maybe he got a lot.
That's why I bring it up.
But
Tank might need that fight right now.
He got a lot of stuff going on.
He just fumbled a $30 million.
A lot of Tank that was the interest in Tank was generated because you know what you see. You know he's a special talent. But the fact is, his resume was highly, let's say, curated.
Come on.
He fought smaller guys who couldn't punch. Right, exactly.
And knocked him cold out.
Right, knocked him out. The way he did it.
Matter.
That don't matter.
Knocked him cold out.
You a trainer saying that? That's terrible. That is an old trick. That's an old trick promoters use when you want to build up a puncher. You bring a name guy up a division or 2 who's not a puncher and let the puncher look really good. And even then, he lost some rounds. He was, Rolly is a big puncher, but not the most sophisticated boxer.
I thought we were going to avoid this.
Ryan Garcia made that fight happen.
Made what fight happen?
With Tank.
Yes, and got clipped.
And
I don't want to hear nothing behind it. I don't want to hear nothing behind it.
And he
forced the fight to happen.
Wait a minute. And he was weight trained.
He drained the hell out of me.
He did. And Ryan, since then, has not proven to be an elite pound-for-pound fighter. He has proven that he's still an excellent fighter, and like Ryan, like Tank, you can see the talent.
On the other hand, it looks like Floyd Kid Austin Schofield is desperate for his fight with Tank. Recently, he tweeted, "Shakur and Tank are scared to face Kid in that ring." And that is a fact. They both are smoke and mirrors. Tank is quiet as a church mouse. If we so easy, why do you need so much money to get into that ring? You act like you're fighting Godzilla with those numbers. This also shows Floyd Jr. is trying to put pressure on both Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson while making it clear that he believes they are using money in negotiations to avoid actually facing him. He further tweeted, "I believe Tank is asking for too much money, more than PBC can afford. I believe now they are trying to get out of the fight by saying legal issues. That is all smoke and mirrors. PBC is trying their same nonsense. Tank does not want to fight a mandatory that can beat him. For days left, then it goes to purse bid. If Tank does not want to fight, it's time for WBA to strip Tank and give Kid the full world title. Tank is scared to face Kid in the ring. Facts. This tweet turns the pressure all the way up on Gervonta Davis and his team. Floyd Schofield Jr. is not just calling for the fight anymore. He is accusing Tank's side of avoiding the mandatory by hiding behind money demands, legal issues, and promotion politics. Whether fans agree with him or not, this kind of statement forces people to pay attention because Schofield is trying to make it look like Tank has more to lose than gain. He wants the WBA involved. He wants the purse bid, and he wants the public to believe Tank is running from a real threat. Meanwhile, Robert Garcia knows Tank is the proven star, the dangerous puncher.
In and out of the ring, taking too much time off, personal issues, just personal problems, that he has in his life, that none of our business. But, at the end, we as boxing fans, we love to see him. He's exciting. We love to see his knockouts. We love to see his fights, the way he starts and takes care of business, in the later rounds. He's an exciting fighter. He sells out arenas. He does really good numbers when it comes to pay-per-view and stuff like that. So I'm glad he's coming back. Schofield is a dangerous fighter. His last fight, he took out what's his name in the first round, knocked him out, and Tevin Farmer, and look, and nobody had done that. And Schofield comes in and knocks him out the way he did. That was impressive. So yeah, it is a risky fight for.
But at the same time, Robert understands why Schofield's team is pushing so hard for this opportunity. Floyd Jr. is young, hungry, and trying to force himself into the biggest fight possible.
The situation Davis is in, these are tough fights because he has these long layoffs. He has a lot of these mental lapses where he's getting arrested, and the Jake Paul fight is also off the table, on the table. I'd much rather see Tank Davis fighting Schofield than Jake Paul, that's for sure. So the Schofield fight, actually, you bring it to the table. He's the #1 WBA mandatory, so obviously you're knocking the mandatory out of the way, because I can remember Schofield and Lucas Body being on the table for the vacant WBA title when Davis was going to be stripped for fighting Jake Paul. So now that he's not stripped, it forces Body to take a step back, and now you got Schofield and Davis on the table. So you got to respect Davis for doing the right thing to try to hold on to the title. You got to respect WBA for actually continuing to mandate the guy Schofield, because
that is what makes this matchup interesting, because Tank has the experience and power, while Shea has the confidence and nothing to lose. For Robert, this is the kind of fight where one mistake can change everything. Dan Rafael, speaking on the WBA ordering Gervonta Davis to face Floyd Schofield Jr., gives this whole situation more weight, because now it is not just social media talk or callouts from Schofield's side. Once the WBA gets involved, the fight starts looking like a real mandatory situation, and that puts pressure on Tank's team to either make a deal or explain
fights that they didn't follow through on. So I'm skeptical until they reach that limit of if the sides make a deal, great. I very much doubt they'll be able to come up with that, before the deadline for a purse bid. The problem with the WBA is that they lie. So as an example, look at the Rolly Romero situation. That's why we saw Jack Catterall and Giasov fight for the regular title of the WBA at welterweight, because Giasov had been sitting there as their mandatory for the last, probably about a year. They ordered the fight with Tank. I mean, not with Tank, with Rolly, I should say. And the fight, they didn't make a deal. And I had my own personal conversation with Gilberto Mendoza. Yeah, we're going to order the purse bid. I'm talking to him on a Wednesday or Thursday afternoon. We're texting. It's yeah, we're going to order the purse bid on Monday. Okay. They never ordered the purse bid. It went months. They didn't order it. So they can put out a resolution, say they have 30 days to make Schofield against as the mandatory to make the fight with Tank Davis, and if they don't reach an agreement within X number of days, we're going to order the purse bid.
D-Tank is still the champion and the bigger name, but Schofield's team is using this order to push the narrative that Floyd Jr. has earned his shot. That is why this update matters, because it turns the conversation from trash talk into business deadlines, purse bids, and real consequences. Tank is still the champion and the bigger name.
PBC, which are the two groups that will be involved, have worked well together over the last couple times. They've done some fights together. They just did the big fight between Benavidez and Zurdo Ramirez. So from the promoter point of view,
and Bernie Boxer also shared his views on this potential fight, saying that it can turn out to be a good fight. However, he warned Schofield about this fight considering his poor performance in some of his previous fights.
WBA at 135. Floyd Schofield, Tank Davis, Lance, a reporter, put out Pugmire. I think I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, apologize. But he put out that those negotiations are starting to intensify more with Floyd Schofield and Tank Davis. I mean, what do you think about them at 135?
Good fight. I mean, Schofield has all the proving to do. They're doing a lot of talking, but not a lot of proving. Again, the win over Tevin Farmer was a great win. It was a dominant victory over the kid, and so. But now we have to build on that. Farmer was good, but he come up short in those victories. And like I say, with the falling out of Shakur Stevenson fight, with him not fighting Shakur Stevenson, that just left a bad taste in the boxing public's minds. And so I like to see the fight. I think it's a good fight. They both power punchers. They roughly, the same height or size or something. So it's a good fight. I can't complain. Like I say, when you watch Tank, it's always a treat to watch.
Make sure to check out our other videos on the screen. Thanks for watching Knockout Daily Boxing Glove. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more non-stop boxing updates, fight breakdowns, training clips, and knockout moments. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us who you want to see next, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a punch.